The next adventure for Batman continues in Batman number 2, with a cover date of July 1940. This is the third of 4 stories that make up Batman number 2, and is called The Case of the Clubfoot Murders. Witnessing a murder while patrolling the rooftops, Batman leaps down to confront the criminal before he can get away. The murderer has a steel claw for a hand and a clubbed foot. Batman's great detective work surmises it must be a queer fish. Startled by this, Batman's attention slips and he gets kicked in the head and knocked out. With a queer walk, the queer fish makes a getaway, but not before saying, "One is dead, and soon the others will feel cold steel." Batman wakes up and 2 cops notice something is going on. Batman must escape. The cops look at the corpse. The man is named Harley Storm, and there was a note in his pocket. "Harley Storm is dead. Vengeance is mine. Signed, Clubfoot." Bruce Wayne hangs out with his homie, Police Commissioner Gordon, who invites him to go to the Storm mansion to do some questioning. Gordon questions Storm's niece, Portia, about Clubfoot murdering her uncle. Apparently old queer fish Clubby and Storm were business partners, and Clubby feels he got cheated out of a gold mine they discovered. Portia says Clubby said he would revenge himself on the whole family. Okay. The Storms are all there to hear Harley's will being read. None of them like each other. Gordon asks Portia to point out everybody to him. The man with the will is Ward. He's the family lawyer. The bald guy is Abel, and the other is Carl. They were Harley's brothers. The guy with the Y shirt on is Harley's son Roger, and the guy sitting down is Portia's brother Tommy. Ward finishes reading the will. Harley leaves all his money and possessions to charity and leaves his family members an envelope filled with gold tokens, each having a message that says, "United we stand, divided we fall." Harley hopes they learn from this message. Abel and Carl are insulted. The lawyer says they must keep their inscriptions for 30 days, and at that point he will read a sealed letter Harley left. Inside a gambling den, Tommy is shaken down by a bookie named Varick who wants his $5,000 back from Tommy's gambling debts. Tommy tells him he thought he would have the money from his uncle's will, but all he got was this inscription. The whole family got him, even the lawyer, and he said it has something to do with a letter he had to open in 30 days. Varick plans to kidnap the lawyer. Later that night, as Abel Storm is sleeping, Clubfoot the queer fish strikes again. Another Storm is dead. The next day, Bruce and Dick hear about the murder of Abel Storm on the radio. "Clubfoot Queerfish strikes again." He definitely hates the Storms. He was last seen getting on a train to New York. Batman and Robin are going to pay a visit to Ward the lawyer. Bruce wants to know more about that will. That night, they arrive at Ward's house. Batman has Robin keep watch outside. As Batman nears the window, he hears some men inside searching Ward's house. They're trying to find Ward's safe. One of the men says not to worry. If they don't find it, Varick will get the info from him after the boys get to work on him. That's when Batman crashes through the window. One of the thugs pulls a gun on Batman, but Batman quickly kicks a footstool at him, telling him that he has a bone to pick with him. The Funny Bone. An evening with Batman Friday and Saturday at the Funny Bone across from the Chuckle Hut in the Great American T-Shirt Factory. The other thug tries to leave, but he's intercepted by Robin, taking him out with a tackle to the floor. Batman uppercuts Green Suit, noticing he didn't shave. What? Batman shakes the man down for info on where they're keeping Ward. He's at the old powerhouse at Pier 12. Varick gets ready to tickle Ward's feet in an attempt to get the info on the sealed envelopes. Ward doesn't know what's in them, though. Before more tickle torture could happen, Batman bursts through the main door, punching Varick in the face. There's a lookout above the fight, and he's armed with a gun, ready to fire on Batman. But he doesn't know that Robin came in through the window on the roof. Robin swings over top the thugs and grabs the gunman with his legs, dropping him on the men below. After hitting the ground, an all-out rumble starts. Robin punches, and Batman starts swinging one of the thugs around like a baseball bat, knocking guys over like bowling pins. The battle royale creates enough confusion that Varick tries to make an escape, but Batman sees him and grabs him by the neck, turning him around into a heavy right cross. Ward is freed, and Batman asks him what happened. Varick wanted to know what was in the sealed envelope. He had the idea that the inscriptions led to something valuable, but Ward doesn't know what's in the envelope. At home, Bruce ponders about the inscriptions. Varick was smart enough to see it, but the Storms were not. The inscription reads, "United we stand, divided we fall." The Storms are divided, but what if they were united? What if their tokens the inscriptions were written on were all put together? Batman has to get to that letter tonight. He tells Robin to go to Roger Storm's house in case Clubfoot Queerfish strikes. Robin scales the Storm mansion. When he gets to the window, he sees Roger Storm dead on the floor of his room. He's been murdered. Clubfoot was already here. I gotta tell Batman. Robin runs across the creepy grounds to find Batman, but he's not alone. Seeing a shadow on the wall, Robin turns to see a lunging Clubfoot trying to attack with his claw hand. Robin stops the claw but is overpowered and thrown to the ground. Desperately, Robin monkey flips Clubberton Footsalot McQueerfish, but instead of attacking again, Clubfoot runs to his car and speeds off. At Ward the lawyer's house, Batman begins his search for the sealed envelope. He hears some rustling and scratching. Batman follows the noise to a door that leads to the basement. He opens the door, and to his shock, he sees Clubfoot Queerfish chained to the wall and gagged. Batman removes the gag, and Clubfoot tells Batman that yes, he is Clubfoot, but not the murderer Clubfoot. That would be Ward the lawyer. Apparently, Ward called old Clubby and said Harley was going to settle their old dispute by giving him some money, but when he went to meet up with Ward, he was hit from behind and chained up down here. Ward said he was going to kill the whole Storm family and frame Clubfoot for the murders. Then he said he was going to kill Clubfoot and leave a suicide note so nobody would ever suspect. Just then, Ward returns training a gun on Batman, telling him to keep his hands up. Batman asks Ward to tell him his motive in killing the Storms. Ward tells Batman that the tokens left to Harley's heirs were actually a puzzle that led to their real inheritance, a gold mine. When put together, the tokens would have let the Storms know this, but since they don't get along, they never would have known. Each token represents a certain amount of shares in the gold mine, and if any of the family members dies, the shares would be redistributed so that if they all died, it would go to the last shareholder. And since Ward was an heir, he would have gotten it all, and framing Clubfoot Queerfish was easy since everyone knew about his threats against Harley. Batman pieces everything together. Ward would have to murder the whole family before the 30 days were up because inside the sealed letter was information about the gold mine. Ward planned all of this when Harley told him about the will, and now he's going to kill Batman, but he doesn't notice Robin sneaking up on him. Robin dodges a bullet and a swinging claw, but lands a punch to the gut. Ward tries to escape up the steps, but his fake Clubfoot slows him down. Batman grabs him from behind and suplexes him down the stairs, landing in the mount position, punching him repeatedly until he's knocked out. Robin is glad he showed up when he did, but was surprised to see two Clubfoots. It sure was a good disguise. Looking at the fallen lawyer, Robin says to Batman, "United we stand, divided we fall."